It's such an awesome camp spot right by the river, and it's in a beautiful, beautiful river. It lulls you to sleep, the sound of that out your window. And now with the new screen door, we can leave the door partially open or all the way open and not worry about bugs coming in. Just get to enjoy the sound of the river. But today we are back on the road, bright and early, grabbing a coffee while we drive and heading east on the great Canadian overland adventure.
Here are normally so pretty and you can't see them. Well, you can kind of see the shadows.
You can see the shadows, but apparently a big fire broke out, unfortunately, in Jasper, which is just over this mountain range, so we're getting all the smoke blown this way. Hopefully they get that one under control soon. It sounds like they are, all the fire departments are getting in there and knocking it down, but we're left with a bit of smoke this way, but there's no fires right nearby here in the Kootenays, so that's good.
We made it to Radium. It's always nice to be back here. Brings back a lot of memories. But there's a coin laundry and also a car wash, which we desperately need. I don't think we've washed the truck, well, once in Joseph, the town of Joseph in Oregon.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So much needed wash to do. I'm down to like wearing my windbreaker. The reality of being on the road. But yeah, so I'm super happy to get some laundry done so I can wear different clothes. Right. Maybe we use one of the big machines, you know?
Yeah.
I can do that for you. Not saying anything. Is there a dollar machine that we can? That'll be done in 30 minutes, so we'll go wash the truck. So I found using this first will get all the bugs off, like it was taped on there. That's pretty good. And same with on the mirrors.
We are heading into the backcountry now that we're gonna fuel up first. We want to be full of fuel. You never know what you're gonna run into back there. And I think we have lots of food and other supplies, so that's it. A bit of diesel. I think we're about 3/4 full, so we'll fill up and then head back on the trails. Radium Hot Springs, or Radium as the locals call it, is a beautiful village of about 1,500 people nestled amongst the mountains of the East Kootenay region of British Columbia. The village is named for the hot springs in the nearby Kootenay National Park. So that was the Radium Hot Springs pool. So they were natural hot springs. Over the years they've built pools around them, but we spent a winter here once 5 years ago or something when the kids were younger, and it was sure nice on a snowy day going into those beautiful hot springs. So check them out if you're in the area. Radium Hot Springs, BC. After leaving Radium Hot Springs, we take Highway 93 east towards Alberta. Normally, if we're heading east, we take Highway 93 all the way, winding through the spectacular mountain valleys and incredible views of Kootenay National Park, up over the Continental Divide and down to Highway 1, somewhere between Lake Louise and Banff, Alberta. This would be the fastest route and a very beautiful one, but this time our plan is to stick to the backcountry as much as possible, and so we cut off of Highway 93 onto a section of the Trans-Canada Adventure Trail.
So good thing we washed the truck, because this is going to be super dusty, but it was more to get the bugs off. I can't stand that. Dust, I don't mind. You should put maybe your amber lights on.
That's crazy.
It's crazy dust.
This section I remember being muddy. We did this section in the winter. And so that silty mud is now turned into pure dust, but it's clear, and I think I'm going to go. Hopefully there's not too many more trucks, and then we get past the gravel pit where they're coming from, and we should be fine. Currently now back on the Trans-Canada Adventure Trail, and we're doing a section from Radium Hot Springs, where we just were, down to a town called Fernie, BC, and it's all through the backcountry and mostly logging roads, and so far they're in pretty good shape. We haven't even aired down and we're doing all right, and a lot of the smoke is blown away. It's still misty in the distance, but at least we can see a blue sky, so that's good. Hope it stays that way, and hopefully that means they got the fires under control up north there. This section of the Trans-Canada Adventure Trail takes us along the backcountry trails and logging roads that run through the Kootenay River Valley. Sections of the road are straight and level, and although dusty, we can move along at a good pace. Other sections of this trail follow the edge of a steep canyon wall, overlooking the beautiful Kootenay River far below. The Kootenay River is a major watershed that flows from its headwaters in the Canadian Rockies of British Columbia down into northwestern Montana, through the panhandle of Idaho, and back into British Columbia. It eventually makes its way into the mighty Columbia River, which empties into the Pacific Ocean.
We lost a drone right here crossing this river probably 4 years ago, and it had our whole footage of the whole week sitting on that card.
So this is Pete's trying his best to see where our second drone went down in the last week. We just bought a brand new one. We were flying over, somehow we lost it, and it had to land itself somewhere, and it could be in the forest, could be in the river, it could be hopefully on the road somewhere. We're gonna drive down and check it out, and let's just hope for the best. But that card, the SD card on that, had all our footage from yesterday and the day before.
And it was probably our best footage yet.
It was incredible footage, a beautiful camp spot last night. It's just, I don't even know what to say. It's such a bad scenario right now, but we're gonna drive back and just hope and pray we find it.
The stupid thing is that there's no cell, so there's no way to tell a map, and it can't load.
This is also the bridge that I was running out of gas with Vandy following Worsley when we crossed the avalanche and we were trying to get to ALBERTA, I think, and we got stuck. What was going to take us 3.5 hours, it took us 3 days. But yeah, I remember coming down this hill and seeing this camp like right crossing this bridge. I was running out of gas and just coasted in. It was amazing to get this far, and then it was only about 45 minutes with Worsley to a gas station to buy a jerry can and get refueled up. So this bridge has a lot of history with our family, so it's pretty epic to be back here, and hopefully we don't lose a drone.
So this shot that I'm setting up is the one we were shooting, and we lost it on the card when the drone went down, so second chances. So sometimes if you're on a big epic family road trip, you've got to remember once in a while to just stop and pull out a chair and enjoy the beauty. It's very relaxing, and it's a great way to be present. Driving through all this gorgeous country is amazing too, but nothing like just sitting there listening to the river for a while. By tonight we'll probably be out of BC and into Alberta, so we just want to make sure we are present in the moment and just get the full experience of BC. But British Columbia, you've been good to us as always. What an epic place. We could spend a year just exploring in this province and not even scratch the surface. So there's so much here. But thankfully this time we got to go to some places we've never been, and really, really enjoyed our time. There's just a few, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours more drive through British Columbia, and then we're into Alberta. getting any smaller.
That's too bad. That's right where we were probably heading in.
Yeah, the trail carried on that way. We kept going forward to do a workaround because we could see smoke in the distance, and now we can tell it's a big fire. Probably wouldn't have got through anyway. Check this out. I think we made the right call going around the fires. So we're in Sparwood, BC, and we're going to check out the world's largest truck.
I was hoping we could park right next to it. I guess not. We can walk up to it. How to back up. Wow. Look at the fuel tank. I wonder how much that would cost.
It's the only one of its kind ever built. It was used for coal mining here. There's a huge coal mine around here somewhere. And it worked 24 hours a day. It would take 12 minutes for it to get loaded and then go and dump and come back. And they just shift it on and off. But they retired it. They developed it in 1970, retired it in 1990 because it got too expensive to do repairs. When things started to break, every part was custom made because it's the only truck of its kind. So they retired it here, but while it was going, it was an unbelievable machine.
That's insane.
We've made it to Alberta. Although BC has been a spectacular journey, we are excited to get started crossing another Canadian province on our way to the East Coast. We find a camp spot just a kilometer or so off the road and get camp set up for a good night's sleep. Tomorrow morning, we begin exploring Alberta.
So that was a beautiful camp spot just offside the highway.
In Crow's Nest Pass, which is just inside Alberta. It's a perfect little stop if you're traveling cross country. There's quite a few camp spots along here, some right by the river. We were so tired last night, we just took the first one and went to bed. So now we're starting Alberta. We had an amazing time in BC, but Alberta begins this morning. We're taking the Trans-Canada Adventure Trail. It goes up the highway here for a little bit and then cuts off and works its way all the way up to Canmore. We'll probably get up there today, and we're going to take you with us and show you the scenery and let you enjoy this beautiful province.
So the road to the camp is literally behind the welcome sign.
To Alberta, yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of nice, like if you're crossing the country and you need a nice spot, then you can dump your garbage right here.
Alright, so this is different for us. Typically when we get to Crow's Nest Pass, we're on Highway 1, we just start moving eastward, and especially on the south part of Alberta, and before you know it, we're in the plains, and then we're into Saskatchewan, and we're whipping across the bottom of Canada. And our viewers from Alberta and Saskatchewan, they're always saying, guys, you're missing the best part of our provinces, and that just is something we're changing this time, and we're going to spend a bit more time exploring. So we're on the Trans-Canada Adventure Trail, which takes us straight north from Crow's Nest Pass up towards Canmore, and all on dirt roads. So it's a different experience for us, and I hope you guys enjoy seeing a bit more of these beautiful provinces. Fire camp, so yeah, lots of fire trucks in there, pickup trucks. Thankfully there's no fires around here, but that's the base for, I guess, this whole area. If something were to break out, those guys would deploy. It's a beautiful country back here. There's a river called the Old Man River that we've been following, and the signs say it's a native trout area, so we are flagging this one for future reference. But there's camping, dispersed camping all along this road. There's a couple of provincial parks and some Alberta rec areas. So if you ever get out this way and you're looking for a place to camp, there's plenty of it here.
It would be so beautiful in the fall.
Yeah, it would be incredible. It's very reminiscent of parts of Colorado in the mountains that we've been, Montana. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous, wild, beautiful area. Open range land here. Some of it's fenced in, some is just wide open.
Makes you think of the movie OVERLAND.
Yeah, Alberta cowboy country.
There would be such healthy cows out here.
Free ranging.
Meats, Alberta meat.
Alberta beef. See, there's a camp spot. Not that we're looking for one, but
pretty though.
yeah.
Like, listen to the trees. Like, oh.
The aspens. Such a beautiful area, and so different from the other side of these mountains in British Columbia. Once you come east of the big mountain ranges, it just, I don't know how to explain it, but it's a different feel, a little cooler. The grass is green. Over there it was, you know, quite dry. The grass is browned out. I don't know. Cattle ranch area. Carol too. Well, we said that about BC, so we love it all.
Yeah, we definitely love it all. But this is our first time here, like in the backcountry, and I am absolutely in love with it.
These are all the foothills, I guess, and you know, you have grasslands even up in the high, like these high alpine meadows. But it illustrates how much you miss if you just stick to the paved roads. cool. A whole bunch of adventure bikes went by. They must be doing the Trans-Canada Adventure Trail, but I think this is something the boys would enjoy doing at some point with their KTM 690s. So we just saw a sign to Alberta, an Alberta rec center called Livingston Falls, so hopefully there's a little hike to a falls. We'll check it out.
What a beautiful little spot this is. Get to see the river here, or the creek. I think it's a river. But the falls were special. The water is just crystal clear. It looks like you could almost drink out of it. Unbelievable. But we're just walking around. It's just a tiny little hike, but it's nice to get out and stretch your legs. Gorgeous little spot. A neat campground.
Yeah, it is. Alberta beef. Yeah, beautiful cattle. The young calves were freshly branded.
This area is stunning.
Yeah. I mean, it's partially smoked out, unfortunately, but those mountains just mind-boggling how beautiful they are. As you go, it just keeps getting better and better. We thought, man, we missed a section, let's go back, but we went forward and it got even more spectacular.
My mind is actually blown. I'm so happy we're doing this route. try and film this because it is so spectacular. Like, it is blowing our minds. Everywhere you look, it's like you're in a bowl and there's just the most epic mountains, like, and there's so much character and it's just raw, like, so, what is the word I'm looking for? Wild, yes. Like, every time you come around a corner,
like
you're
right
just
now.
It's just insane. Let me just show you guys what we're talking about.
So they're off the road now, but it's a reminder that we're in their country, not the other way around. So today's route has been nothing less than spectacular. We started way down in the south by Crow's Nest Pass and headed into the backcountry, and it came all the way up and just came out on Highway 40, which is a highway that's only open in the summer, so I highly recommend you do it. We've never done it before. It's called the KANANASKIS country, and it's mind-boggling at every turn. We've been driving now for a couple of hours, and the mountains keep getting more and more spectacular. It's just an incredible route, and it hasn't been busy. Like, we've done the through the parks, Jasper and Banff, and we've done the Columbia Icefields Parkway, which up till now was the most spectacular road we've ever taken, but it was quite busy with tourists. Here there's a couple of trucks and cars here and there, but in general it is wide open, and there's more sheep, more mountain goats on the road, or sheep, than people. There's a pretty big fire in Jasper, which is quite a ways north of here, but now that we're getting farther north, we're starting to see and smell the smoke a lot more. It's in these mountains, but if you look ahead now, the mountains, you can only see a very faint shadow. So yeah, that's an ongoing fire, and it's probably going to obscure the view going forward, but hopefully they'll get that under control soon. So between yesterday and today, the temperatures dropped about 40 degrees Fahrenheit. It was 98 degrees yesterday, or 36 Celsius. Today it's 12 degrees Celsius, which is 58 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's thankfully raining a little bit now here in the mountains. So that is the best news ever for the fire, and the firefighters are getting a little bit of help with this rain. And I hope it just downpours, because that would really, I'm sure, help get the fires under control. So, but yeah, much welcomed rain right now. Although we're on a journey eastward across Canada, we're taking a little detour west. It's been a long day on the road and we're hungry. And there are plenty of great places to eat in Canmore, Alberta, one of our favorite little mountain towns. Hey guys, so we had to take a 24-minute detour to come to Canmore, Alberta. It's raining out there, which is really nice. We're surrounded in mountains again. And we're at a place called the Grizzly Paw. And we just ordered some wings and pizza, which is made in a fire oven over here. It's just, this is an amazing place. And we're hungry, so perfect timing. After a delicious meal, we head about 20 minutes out of town to a little campground along the Trans-Canada Highway. We fill up with water and then take a little walk along the river before settling in for the night. Tomorrow we get back on the Trans-Canada Highway and begin heading east. The scenery is about to drastically change and the mountains will soon be in our rearview mirror as we make our way out onto the wide open Canadian prairies. Join us next week as we continue the great Canadian overland adventure from coast to coast across Canada.
And in the meantime,
we'll see you down the road.